Rema Feast has come and gone. Ah, and you want to go back and look at what happened there. But remember that this video is for entertainment purposes only. Okay?
I have 4 stalls that I'm giving out to certain specific individuals, and one is for you in bridging the gap between the old and the new generation.
Sincerely grateful. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. This is an honor, Ghana. Baba, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
So there's been a lot of speculation about Selman receiving this particular sword, and guys are speculating all kinds of things, that it was a Masonic ritual initiation, that, and these Duncan Williams have been giving out swords to many pastors, and Joshua Selman was among them. And in as much as we can spend our time there looking at what that means, what's the meaning of this word, and for me, that's a very small tip of the iceberg. There's a bigger mountain beneath that we need to look at. Now, if you've looked at music concerts by people like Rihanna and Beyonce and Jay-Z and all these people, they do not hide the symbolisms behind these Freemasonic type of things that they are into, okay? And similarly, Rema Feast did not also do a good job of hiding, okay? Because these guys hide the associations in plain sight, okay? So we want to look at the posters, the graphic, the design of the stage at the Rema Feast, and we want to actually observe and see what we are finding there. Here's a poster from 2021, and we are starting with the older ones because you want to look at the cumulative build-up of these posters. We have the city skyline in the background with an amber light above the city, and I want us to take note of that light. And then we also have the pastor himself, Julian. He's wearing white, and he has what would appear to be a crucifix on his neck, but it's not really clear whether it's a crucifix or what this is. But let's just keep this in mind about that particular light. Here is another poster from a month later in the same 2021, and we are seeing in the background the city as well, the skyline of the city, and above it there are lights. Now this is also being called the awakening, okay? And this is more of, it's trying to communicate an illumination of the city to this type of a light. Here is a Machakos poster. We are still seeing the same lights above the poster. Here is a 2022 poster of the Rema Feast, and in the background we can see pillars and arcs. Now, pillars and arcs are not part of our architecture in our churches or even in Africa. This is not traditional to us. But this kind of architecture is found in Masonic lodges, where they do have this as a central theme of the architecture. They tend to have pillars and arcs within their architecture. The Masonic pillar and arc design was actually carried out through 2022 Rema Feast. Here is a poster showing all these pastors with the same designs behind them. And here there's a poster from Kakamega, and you can see the pillars and the arc behind these pastors. Another thing worth noting about the 2022 poster is that the RF logo was developed. And here we are seeing R and F with a line cutting across, but the line cutting across is not a straight line, it is an arc. And this basically symbolizes the earth, okay? And you're seeing below the line, it's orange, and above it is white, okay? Do you remember the orange light we saw in the 2021 poster? And this basically communicates a desire to illuminate the whole world with this orange light, or this new light, this illumination that they are coming with. And this is clearly expressed in this logo. 2023 posters also had this orange light coming from the background to the foreground. And this was a theme that was cutting across all their posters and also their banners, even their thumbnails for YouTube videos. They all had this overarching orange light. Now, worth noting in this orange light is that there are structures, or there are shapes, geometric shapes inside this light, some of which look like pyramids. But it's not really clear. But either way, this light is there and it is illuminating, and it was made to look like the illumination is coming through these men of God, or through these musicians and through these worshippers to the people. 2024 poster was radically different from the previous years. Now, at this point, this orange light has already gone down to the people. If you look at the bottom of this poster, you are seeing people, but they're in a dark place and they're covered by an orange light. And this is giving hell vibes. It is giving that impression of people tormented by a flame, or by a fire, and they look like they're in a place which can only be described biblically as hell. Okay, now we also have above the RF logo, as you can see it. Now it is black, and behind it we still have the orange explosion of this light, and it is above the city. Okay, in addition, we are seeing the pastors. Again, the explosion is coming through them down to the people. This orange light is coming from them, from behind them, through them down to the people, and we are seeing an indication of the red lines pointing downwards. Okay, and we're basically seeing a flow of this light from above the city through these men of God down to the people who seem to be in hell. And you're also seeing behind the word Rhema the same orange light behind it again, and we're also seeing these red lines. Before we discuss the meaning of those red lines, let's look at this other poster, which explains better what is happening at the people level, down at the people level. Okay, and we are seeing the people there again, many people at the bottom. They are in a place which is dark, in a dark place, but they are covered by an orange light, and this is giving hell vibes. Okay, but above we are seeing people, a woman and a man, having lifted up their hands in worship, and we are seeing an explosion, but this time the explosion has been placed at the position of their hearts. Okay, now in addition to this explosion, we are seeing a splatter of a liquid on the upper right part of this poster. There's a liquid type of that looks like something like a thick liquid having been splattered, a splash. Okay, now I don't want to call it blood because they didn't make it so obvious as to make it red, but at the top part they actually gave a bit of that indication, but there is a splatter. Okay, so this is what is happening on the people level, and we are seeing again the word Rhema feast. The letter S on the word feast looks like it has an inverted 6, and we are seeing this poster giving all this type of vibes. Here we see Nairobi, home of Rhema Feast, and we are still seeing a person, and Rhema Feast has been written over their heart, and we are still seeing this explosion in their hearts, and they seem to be very happy, but it's an orange light as well over them. Okay, now this is telling us that this is going to be the headquarters, the global headquarters for this Rhema Feast thing. And let's also look at the poster which talks about Kenya being the home of Rhema Feast. Here it has drawn the athletes, the champions, these athletic champions that Kenya we have. And again, we are still seeing the geometric shapes at the bottom, and we are seeing these people in a dark place covered by this orange light. And we are seeing that basically it's like they've appointed Kenya to be the headquarters of this global movement of this orange light going to the whole world. Now let's look at these diagonal lines, the red ones. They are pointing, or they seem to be working together to point downwards towards those people who seem to be in hell. Okay, and we want to look at this particular thing because it is there in each and every other of the posters for each of the pastors. You'll see these diagonal lines facing downwards. They come in different colors, but they all have that as an overarching theme. This is a Wikipedia article saying that the square and compass, or more correctly, a square and a set of compasses joined, is the single most identifiable symbol of Freemasonry. Both the square and compasses are architects' tools and are used in Masonic ritual as emblems to teach symbolic lessons. So here we are seeing a similarity between this Freemasonry symbol, which is the most identifiable symbol of Freemasonry, and we are seeing a similarity between these red lines on the Rhema Feast poster to the Freemasonry symbol, which is the most identifiable symbol. There's quite a resemblance here. Let's look at the all-seeing eye. In ancient origins, the symbol has roots in ancient Egyptian mythology, where the eye of Horus represented protection, royal power, and good health. In Freemasonry, the all-seeing eye also appears in Masonic symbolism, representing the watchful eye of God, or a higher power observing humanity. Something worthy of noting is that the light coming out of this eye is often depicted as orange, yellow, goldish type of colors, and that's the color that they ascribe to this light. Now, the Rhema Feast backdrop on the stage had this very tall design, which